Hello, this is Dhilip from First Time Com. Today I talk about what is minority interest. So before going into the term minority interest, let's consider the term holding company and subsidiary company. So first, what is holding company? Holding company which holds the majority shares of the subsidiary company, like either more than 51% or 60% or 70%. Let's talk about subsidiary company. Subsidiary company is the company which is owned by another company, that is known as the holding company. So let's come into the term minority interest. What is minority interest? Minority interest is nothing but the holding company which holds the major equity shares of the subsidiary company, that is called controlling interest. The remaining shares, that is which is owned by the general public, it is called as minority interest. So in this video we have described about what is minority interest, how it is calculated with one example, and as well as talking about the importance of minority interest. So let's get into the video. So what is importance of minority interest? First one is influence on decision making. So minority interest influence on decision making based on the interest. Next, production of shareholder rights. So the remaining minority interest, that is remaining minority shares, are held mostly by shareholder rights. So the minority interest protect the shareholder rights. Next one is diversification of investment. Diversification of investment is nothing but minority interest of the portfolio diversification implies. Fourth one is access to information. So the shareholder have the rights to know about the information. Fifth one is potential for growth. It is helps to increase the share value of the company and growth of the company. Next, we have see the steps in calculation of minority interest with the example. So before going into the example, first let's see about the balance sheet which provides by the Companies Act 2013. So this is the balance sheet as per Companies Act 2013. This is the consolidated balance sheet of holding company and subsidiary company. So in this balance sheet there are two columns, that is equity and liabilities and asset. In that equity and liabilities, the minority interest treatment will be provided in the second column. Minority interest will be calculated on the following basis. So this is the following sum. The balance sheet of C Limited and D Limited as on 31st December 2016 are as follows. So here there is liability side, there is capital, general reserve, profit and loss account, creditors are given. In asset side, sundry asset, goodwill, shares in Limited at cost 1,40,000 are given. In the case of D Limited, profit for the year ending 31st December 2016 is rupees 12,000 and transfer to reserve is rupees 5,000. The holding of C Limited and D Limited is 90% acquired on 30th June 2016. So let's start from the holding and minority ratio calculation. So here the first step is calculation of holding minority ratio. Here the C Limited acquired 90% of shares in D Limited, that is subsidiary company. So the minority holding in D Limited is 10%. So the calculation of ratio is 90:10, which resembles 9:1 of ratio. The second step is revenue profit. The revenue profit is calculated by the following information of profit for the current year is given 12,000. Profit made after June 30th or revenue profit is 12,000 for 6 months, that is 6,000. Holding company shares in this 6,000 into 9/10, which the ratio of calculated previously. So 6,000 into 9/10 is 5,400. The next one is minority company share, that is 6,000 into 1/10. This is also the calculation on the basis of holding minority ratio, that is 6,000 into 1/10 is 600. The third step is capital profit. Capital profit is calculated by the following information of general reserve of D Limited in balance sheet 20,000, profit and loss account of D Limited is 23,000, that is totally 43,000, the which is subtracted by revenue profit 6,000, which is calculated on previously. So the capital profit is 37,000. Finally, the capital profit is divided by following holding minority ratio, that is holding company share ratio is 37,000 into 9 by 10 is equal to 33,300, and minorities company share of capital profit is 37,000 into 1 by 10, which gives the answers of 3,700. So here note, since it is clearly stated that the profit of D Limited for the year 2016 is 12,000, it is assumed that the transfer to reserve of rupees 5,000 is a part of the rupees 12,000. So finally we are coming into the minority interest calculation. Minority interest. First, the face value of minority shares is, that is 1 lakh into 10 by 100. 1 lakh is the value of the shares holding by the D Limited. Face value of shares, now they have 10,000 rupees. So next, add minority share of capital profit, which calculated on previously 3,700, and add minority share of revenue profit, that is 600. So totally the minority interest is 14,300. So the minority interest is shown in the consolidated balance sheet of C Limited and its subsidiary D Limited as per Schedule 6 of Companies Act 2013. The first column, as we are already discussed, equity and liabilities, and second subdivision, working note 4, minority interest resembles 14,300. So this is the balance sheet presentation of minority interest we have seen in this sum with the example. So hope you understand the concept which we have described in this video. Thank you for your patience.